Hi everyone, this is Steve from SCOARTGLASS. I'm down in studio today and I decided to do an introduction to this particular piece because this was a referral by a friend of mine to me to produce this particular piece. It's called the Brain Project. This particular customer has wanted for many years a brain done in stained glass. I was able to provide this to her a few weeks ago. This is a two-part series. In part one of the video, I will go over the pattern design, the transfer of the pattern to the glass, cutting the glass, and then grinding the glass pieces. We will do a dry fit at the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you want to find out more tips, tricks, and techniques that I use in the design and creation of my stained glass pieces, ensure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Today I'm actually starting the brain project that I've been commissioned to do. As you can see, this is going to be a very colorful project, and the client decided they wanted the pieces very colorful and have some LED lights behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mount this on a post, a piece of copper pipe painted black, and then put some LED lights behind it, and then actually put it in a shadow box. That way they can hang it, or they can display it just on the like a table or something of that sort. So the first part is going to cut out all these pieces, 56 piece project. So several small pieces. So there'll be some detail cuts and some foiling that I will have to cut back just so that some of these pieces will show the color of the glass. The next step is to get all those pieces transferred to the different color glass that we'll be using in this project. So again, I'm going to use the method of gluing the pieces to the colored glass. I probably won't make this again, so I've chosen to use that method so that I can grind around it fairly easily and get a little bit more precise cuts. I did make some modifications to this because of the pieces were so small or so thin. I'm actually taking this piece right here and putting it together as the same color. Same thing with this piece. I'm putting them together. Then these two thin pieces right here, I am going to put them together as well. The rest of them, I think I will be okay, but just in this particular area right here, it was getting just a little bit too small and decided to go that route. So you'll find as you do things, you'll make modifications maybe to your drawing. Maybe started off a little too ambitious, but as you get into cutting and you start learning how glass reacts to certain cuts, then you might make adjustments to your actual drawings. So that will go ahead and get started. So basically you will just put some glue on here. Make sure you get all the way to the edges. and then find the spot in the glass where you would like to place this. I'm trying to avoid this one burnish mark here. So you'll see that there's some imperfections in this particular piece of glass. I don't know if you can see it. There's some droplets of brown and so forth. So I was avoiding that imperfection in the glass. And I'll do the same thing for the rest of these, and then also all the different colors. So I just wanted to show you what method I was going to do. What I'll do is I'll get it all glued up, and then we'll come back and we'll start cutting. All right, all the pieces have been glued on to the different colored glass that will emulate this. So our next step will be to cut all these pieces out. This is the grinding session for the brain project. We'll get started. A lot of pieces here to grind. So I will grind a few in live motion, and then I will actually speed up the camera to get through the rest of the pieces. I actually use this biscuit to kind of help hold things in place. Some of these won't need too much grinding. The cuts were actually pretty decent, so I'm going to take advantage of that quite a bit. That is one thing you'll have to watch when you do keep the pattern paper on, is that when it does get wet, it likes to come shrink back, so it may throw you off from what you've already grinded. So a lot of times I'll just get it wet and pat it back on there and let it kind of sit back in place, and then I'm able to tell whether or not I need to grind again or not. But this one's actually good now. See that I have changed the bit to that much smaller slender grinding bit. This is the dry fit after all the pieces are grinded. Now stay tuned because in part 2, we will foil the glass pieces, solder it, patina, and then I also put this piece on a black pipe and mounted it inside a shadow box with LED lights. Ensure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for my latest tips, tricks, and techniques.